so excited. I'm here for our biggest digital shopping day of the year. And let's get into this because this is a really big deal. You know, there really is that moment when the power goes out. Like, let's say you've got a big storm, or for us, it's the hurricanes, or maybe it's a big snow thing, and the power goes out. It's freezing cold outside, and all you think of is, oh no. And then the next thing you worry about is, oh my gosh, when's it coming back on? And as the hours tick by and your house gets colder and your refrigerator starts getting warmer, you think, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And that's an unnecessary problem to have. You know, the last thing we want to deal with is, oh my gosh, I have no power. So how are we going to solve that? We're solving it with this. Look at this unit. I am so in love with this. My husband and I have these two giant gas generators because, again, we try to be really prepared down here in Florida because, of course, hurricane season. It takes gas. It's a hot mess. They're heavy as all get out. I can't even lift them, and they have to be placed outside so they don't kill you if they're inside because that's carbon monoxide poisoning. With this, you're going to get incredible power for as long as you need it in the EcoFlow system. This is from Delta. It is the #1 best-selling system we offer here at HSN. What's really cool about this is also that we have tonight the lowest price we have ever offered. This is huge. Really huge, so hang with me on this, okay? What we're doing is normally this is almost an $1,800 value at retail. Normally we're at $1,600, but not for tonight. We're at $999.99. Now let me show you what you're getting and why this is such a big deal. The last time I sold, and we sold EcoFlow, this very unit, it was $1,200 on the air, so 1,200 bucks, or almost 1,300. And you know what? That's a great price. But what happens is it was just the unit. You did not get the solar panel. So you had to buy the solar panel separately, right? And you want the solar panel because now you've got unlimited power basically for as long as you need it. Now the solar panel, if you go to hsn.com right this very second, it is a $400 price normally here at HSN. And even on sale, it's a great sale price. But again, we're talking $400 and $1,200 normally when we air these two pieces. And these always sell out because you really do want to get it with the EcoFlow. Here's the difference about tonight. You're getting them both for under $1,000. It's the lowest price we've ever done, and it's the lowest price you'll find anywhere. That's the lowest price we've found absolutely anywhere. Delta EcoFlow did an amazing job putting this together. You get the carrying case, you get the car cable to go with it, you get everything you need. So if your power goes out, or maybe you just want to power a TV at the tailgate, or maybe you say, hey, you know what? I've got to keep my CPAP machine on every night so I can sleep, even if I have no power. This is the unit you absolutely want to grab while we have them available. So here's the scoop on it. We have 5 flex pays. That's huge. That's the way you can get this home, and then you're worry-free. And what does that mean? If you have a major credit card, you're gonna spread your payments out over 5 months. You get it before Christmas. We guarantee it's gonna be under the tree. And if you don't absolutely love how it works, and if it doesn't work for you, I think it will. It's a huge customer pick. I'm gonna read some reviews later. You can always send it back at the end of January next year for a refund, which is really exciting. Now, the other big deal is, and this is huge because I took advantage of it last night, we have free shipping and 5 flex on everything, and it ends tonight. This is the last day. We're gonna offer 5 flex pays and free shipping. Now, this is a unit that weighs about 30 pounds. You don't wanna ship 30 pounds. That's a lot of money to ship something that's 30 pounds. Plus, you get the big solar panel too. So that's 2 shipping that are completely free. And again, this is the lowest price we've ever done. Having both of these together, you do not have to buy the solar panel separately. It is included with the unit. All right, we gotta get really busy, and Justin's gonna walk us through everything we need to know about this. And also, I've got Facebook Live, so if you guys wanna ask Justin a question, please feel free, and I will transfer and ask him the question for you. So we'll get to that in just a moment. But Justin, welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's good to have you back.
It is awesome to be here. Cyber Monday, kicking it off. This is so much fun. And you know what? Suzanne just did a phenomenal job giving you the whole entire kind of top overview of what you're getting, why you want to get it today. I want you to know why you want EcoFlow. EcoFlow is the pioneer, one of the leaders in the whole entire industry of battery power stations. Why are they becoming popular? Because of all of the reasons Suzanne just said. The other alternatives are gas and propane. You need to worry about fumes. You need to worry about storing all of those things. It can be expensive and it can be scary. Well, now with something that's electric, you don't have any fumes and there's no noise. It's simple and it's easy. And this unit right here can power up to 80% of your home appliances. And that's what I'm standing next to right now. The biggest appliance you probably have in your kitchen, your refrigerator. You can power up your refrigerator for up to 15 hours. I want you to see, I've got mine running right now. Just to prove it, I'm gonna unplug it. I'm gonna plug it right back in. And that's how simple it is. You notice what I didn't do? I didn't have to run over to the garage and figure out how to turn on the generator, to figure out if we've even turned it on recently, the maintenance, the gas, and all of that, and then have to grab an extension cord. No, we run it inside of our home. And that's why so many of you who live in those apartments or condos, you finally have power. You have the power to finally have the power to power up all of your electronics and your appliances like your refrigerator. And for instance, one of the best parts about this too is the fact that you can actually see all the information. On the front here, one touch of a button, it's going to turn the unit on, and it's also going to tell me how much power I'm pulling and how much time I can run this. One of the cool parts is that you're going to see, it says 87 hours we're running this refrigerator, because right now the refrigerator is only pulling 14 watts. So until the compressor turns on, we've got 87 hours we could be running our refrigerator for. So we're giving you averages on a 150 watt refrigerator. That's if that refrigerator runs at 150 watts consistently. Now I'm going to run over into the kitchen because this is portable power. And this is where we take it to a whole new level, because not only are we going to be able to have cold food with our refrigerator, but we can have hot food. With your EcoFlow, this can run up to 1,800 running watts. Why is that important? Because of all of our heating elements. All of our different heating elements run at a very, very high wattage. So now I can be using my microwave, I can be using all these different appliances and all the different things that you're gonna see right here in these graphics, because we're showing you that refrigerator. Look at the TV, look at the kettle or the coffee maker, and of course, even our medical devices like our CPAP, a hair dryer, our microwave, and then look at the time that's next to them. You're going to be able to use your microwave for over an hour. That's a lot of macaroni and cheese or a lot of pizza bites that you have at home. But that really goes to show you, if you're out of power for a few hours or if you're out of power for a few days, you still have cold food and you still have that hot food, and you still can use all those high wattage appliances, because EcoFlow has one of those proprietary technologies called X-Boost, which is why you can do 1,800 watts. If you shopped around and you looked at other competitors, you're looking at roughly around 500 watts. 1,800 running watts. I just plugged in the, I plugged in the little air fryer we've got over here. I'm going to plug in my microwave. I'm going to walk over here to the air fryer because I want to show you. Again, you can be using this to be able to go ahead and power up your air fryer, your microwave, your coffee maker, even some high wattage appliances like our blenders. This is really what turns camping into glamping, and ultimately gives you the peace of mind that you're going to be able to have food. You're going to have those different necessities right here. And again, Suzanne, there's nothing that we have to be scared of. This is life-changing, life-saving, and I don't have to worry about those toxic fumes of running it inside of my home. It's electric, and right now it's the best price we've ever done it.
Yeah, guys, it's the best price we found anywhere, actually. This is such a good deal tonight. And here's the thing, I know it's not the least expensive thing we sell at HSN. I mean, you can buy something for 20 bucks here, right? But I'll tell you, I think it's one of the most important things we sell, because there's nothing worse than being in a severe emergency and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any power. I can't tell you how many people have reviewed this and said, this one reviewer I love, she said, we love this. When we got it home, we tried it out on basically everything and it worked flawlessly. And so yeah, take the time to try it out, use it. Take it tailgating, take it to a get together if you want some outdoor power. It's for the really fun things in life, like camping. A lot of people use it for that, but it's also for those serious moments when you truly are without power. How many of you have somebody on a CPAP machine? That is massively huge. You can't sleep well, and quite frankly, it's dangerous not to be using your CPAP. We all know that. Well, guess what? This is going to be able to power it all night long. And here's the key. With the included solar panel, now you have continuous power. And again, we've got some questions coming in on Facebook, which I'll answer, but I think the important thing is, usually we sell this unit. I have sold this unit out many times all by itself, and we did not include the solar panel. You always had to buy that separately. Well, tonight we put the two together and then did the lowest price we've ever done, which is absolutely incredible. So here's your opportunity in Moment to know, you know what? I'm just gonna check this off my list. I hope you never have to use it in an emergency, but when you do, you're gonna be thrilled. And a lot of people buy it thinking emergency, and then they start using it for all the fun things. That's what what you'll discover when you're using the EcoFlow as well. Now, one last thing, we have VIP financing, which is really cool. You wanna get out your HSN card, your Azul Lily card, you can use your QVC card from our sister network, and we're gonna give you 18 months basically to pay it off. It comes out to $55.55. So this is a perfect time to be able to get something that really sets you up for years to come with really kind of that insurance. It's that peace of mind that you get knowing, hey, if we lose power, all the other neighborhood houses are gonna be black at night, there's gonna be no lights in them, and they're gonna wonder, wait a minute, did I just see the fridge and their light come on when they opened it up, or the light in their fridge? Oh, wait a minute, why are there some lights on in their house? What are they doing? And you don't have a noisy, and quite frankly, very dangerous gas generator running outside where it's super loud. You've got this absolutely whisper quiet, there's no noise whatsoever, except for the sound of my fan moving, and it's gonna do multiple things at one time. Here's your chance to get it. All right, let me tell you how popular this has been. Oh my, we have sold over 2,000. So this is the first airing of the full day that will feature it, and here's your opportunity to be able to get it with 5 Flex, with the free shipping, and a price we've never done before. Guys, this is so huge that we're talking $1,800 and well worth it at its retail price. No, we're at $999.99. So you're saving, listen to this, it's big, $800 because you're buying it from us exclusively here at HSN. That is a big deal. And I'll tell you what, please read those reviews because I know, again, it's not $24 item, but please read the reviews. You'll see there are hundreds of people who just rave about how awesome and effective the system truly is. By the way, one other thing too, and I swear, Justin, I'll be back to you. Many of you bought the unit itself, but you didn't get the solar panel. So here's what we do. Normally, the solar panel is $400. We have a lot of you, because the solar panel normally is always sold out. When we sell the unit separately, people just go ahead and buy the solar panel for an extra $400. If you have a unit and you've never picked up a solar panel, we have 900 tonight in stock. That's probably gonna sell out early. So you might have EcoFlow, and then you're thinking, oh, I didn't get a chance to get the solar unit, or daggone it was sold out. We've got 900 available, and the nice thing is, this is also on sale. Normally it's $400, we're at $249.99. And if you want super duper power, you can actually hook these together. You can link the one you're getting with the extra one. And Justin, let's talk about that, because we do have a question on that. This is from Stephanie. How do you charge, use the unit with the solar panels, and talk about linking 2 solar panels together and why that might be advantageous.
I love that, because that's exactly where I was going to go, because there's 3 different ways you can charge it. We're going to start with the solar panel. You can have 4 solar panels connected simultaneously. If I was you, I would want to be one of those 900 people picking up the extra solar panel, because that's the lowest price I believe we've ever done on this standalone. And Suzanne was just saying, normally you don't even get these together. So you're definitely going to want to get an extra one. That's going to cut the recharge time down in half. So now you can have 2 solar panels connected, powering up your unit just using the power of the sun. Now you've got true sustainable power. And then talking about the other 2 ways to charge it, EcoFlow is the industry leader when it comes to recharge rate, the fastest in the whole entire industry, from 0 to 80% by plugging it into the wall in an hour. That's it. My phone, I think, takes longer than that, Suzanne. I think I got power banks that take like 4 hours to recharge. This can power up my refrigerator for 15 hours. It only takes an hour from 0 to 80%. So wall being the second one, solar panel, of course, being the first. The third way to recharge it is we give you the DC adapter. So you can go ahead and bring it to your car and be recharging this inside of your vehicle so you can have it for the next day. Because, you know, we talk about all the fun stuff and maybe it's out for a few hours, but now you want sustainable power, because if it's days on end where you don't have power, you still want to be able to recharge your unit. That's how you're going to be able to do it. Use the power of the sun and or use your vehicle to recharge it. So Justin, that gives this just, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead, Suzanne.
I do have a question related to that though. If it's, once the storm passes and finally it's sunny out, no matter what the weather or temperature is, right? I can use this actively while it's charging it.
Great point. So
yes.
2 different ways I'll go with that.
Okay.
So even while I've got the solar panels out, maybe I've got 2 solar panels connected to this, I can still have my phone plugged into it simultaneously. So I can have my phones or my tablets or any other things that I have plugged in to the unit while I'm recharging it. And now I'm going to go the other way. You can be using this every single day, because you can have this connected to your CPAP machine while it's plugged into the wall. Have this plugged into the wall, and then your CPAP machine, your fan, your lights plugged into this as well. because this is an emergency power source. So what happens is after you have this plugged into the wall and everything you have plugged in, if you were to lose power, in 20 milliseconds, the unit's going to automatically turn on. So in the middle of the night, your CPAP machine is going to continue to run,
That's
your
a
light,
great
your
point.
fans, and of course your phone. So 2 different ways that you can use it. But again, you're going to be using this every single day. And you can have 13 different devices plugged into this simultaneously. So you can see having it for all the fun stuff, using it outside with the barbecuing, with the family, plugging it in with the lights. And of course, everybody's got phones, right? We need to power up our life and all of our different electronics. This is going to be a great way to do it, which I can now segue into all of our other electronics, right? One of the things is when we lose power, we're showing you that portability, the ultra fast charging technology. That's huge. I mean, I really cannot emphasize
This is a
0
big
to
deal right there.
80%.
Yeah, 0 to 80% in 1 hour.
Suzanne. I mean, that's insane.
Amazing. Yeah, that's actually an industry leader. In the industry, in this world of like mobile power, nobody beats that. I mean, 0 to 80% in an hour. That's awesome. So guys, here's the thing. You know, it's sometimes, for a lot of people, it's the last thing we think of, but then when an emergency happens, it's the first thing you think of. It goes from way last, you're like, oh no, 900 bucks, I can't do it. And I get it, it's up there a little bit. But man, when you lose power, think about how much it cost if everything in your freezer and refrigerator had to be thrown out. Now you tell me, that happens one time, how much is in your fridge? At today's prices, it could very well easily be the cost of this entire thing. So if you just save the food in your fridge, it absolutely might be worth getting this. But I think it's that peace of mind, I really do. You have it, you buy it, you go, fine, I'm done. You use our 5 Flex or our 18-month VIP, our free shipping, the unbelievable price on this. And then guess what? You never have to worry about it again. Have you ever been in an emergency? So many people will go through a big emergency and then they scramble and buy this. Or what happens is something happens, they run to the local like hardware store, and they'll buy that dented generator that runs on gas simply because, oh my gosh, we might be without power for a couple weeks. Oh, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who've been out of power for a week, 2 weeks, even then some, certainly after hurricanes. Do you know the winter, it's actually the worst time of losing power? It's not the summertime with the tornadoes and the hurricanes. It's actually the wintertime with the ice and the storms. And if you've gone through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you have this, then you put it in your closet. It's really small. Look at this. It's such a power-packed thing, but it's so small and portable. You put it in your closet and you never have to worry about it. But then when something happens, you go, oh my gosh, we're gonna be so much better off than the vast majority of people in our neighborhood because you're gonna have power. And when you don't have power in an emergency, it just makes everything worse. You can't cook a hot meal for the kids. You can't use your CPAC. You can't run a fan on a really hot night here in Florida. There's so many things that's just gonna be able that allow you to have a normal life or a close to normal life simply because you have this at home versus struggling like everybody else in the neighborhood or your town or your community will be doing because they're not forward thinking. Don't be reactive. What I feel about this deal tonight is be totally proactive. And you get it and you're done. You use our 5 Flex and you're like, okay, I'm done, I'm finished, I don't have to invest in that again, you don't have to worry about it again. Justin, I know you've got a ton more to show us because there's really a lot of unique ways you can use this.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we talk about the alternatives to the gas engine, generators, and you really use those for a very few things, amount of things. Of course, emergencies, but very rarely outside of tailgating. What else are you using it for? For this, you're going to be using it for so many different things. I've got it outside because I want you to just feel like, it's not just the emergency; it's also the fun stuff. We have our fan, of course, because maybe we want to sit outside and be able to plug our fan in. We have, we've got a drill out here. We've got a little bit of a blender. We've got our small electronics. And remember, we're sitting right here and I'm not screaming over it, right? I don't have to worry about this being something that's very loud. I also don't have to worry about the fumes that this is going to be putting off. If I want to be able to use any of my power tools, again, remember, I've got 6 AC outlets on the very back here. So I got my fan going. I got a blender. I've got a drill, another high wattage use for all of these different things, because if you're out of power, and for so many of those winter storms that you were even just talking about, Suzanne, maybe it's down limbs and you have an electric chainsaw and you need to cut up some of those limbs to get the car out and start moving all of these different things. Well, now you can, because again, 1,800 running watts is one of the industry leaders, especially in this size, this portability and the affordability of this one. And of course, the fact that you can have all those different devices plugged in. On the front here is 4 USB ports where we can have our tablets and or our phones. and even our laptops. I believe you can recharge your phone up to 140
It
times
is.
on just one full charge here.
140.
And then one touch of a button. 140
Right.
times. Okay, that's insane. And of course, you know what? We think about that. We got multiple people in the home, so we got 4 USB ports, 2 USB-C ports on the front here as well, and that LCD display. You can see 42 hours. We've got a fan going right now. We have a blender, and then I want you to see it's the fun stuff as well. I'm going to come over here because maybe it is that margarita
Wait,
machine.
Justin,
You're
Justin, do me a favor.
Yeah,
Can you
I'm
show
sorry.
the back side again? You just did the front. Show the back again, because we have a gal who wanted to know how many multiple things you could plug into it. So just show that back side and how many different outlets are back there as well.
Yeah, no problem. So 6 AC 3-prong outlets, and then you do have that DC adapter. So, you know, a lot of those people, you know, we've got those inflatable mattresses. They also have the DC adapter. So you also have that just in case of emergency. You can use that. But 6 3-prong outlets, and remember, 80% of your home appliances can be powered by your Delta, and you don't have to worry about any of those toxic fumes and any of the gas. On the side right here, this little panel right here is actually where we're going to plug it into the wall. Remember, the fastest recharge rate in the whole entire industry. And then right here is where we plug in our solar panel. And then right here is going to, again, be where we plug it into the wall and where you also connect your DC adapter when you're using the vehicle to recharge this too. So
Okay,
3 different ways
Justin.
to charge it.
On that thought,
next
on that
question.
note, Julia online, and we've got a couple more questions for you. Sorry to keep interrupting, but I know you got a lot to show us.
No,
Julia says, this is such a brilliant point, Julia. She says the actual cost of most homeowners' deductibles is more than buying this. So she says basically only after $1,000 does insurance coverage kick in. So she's right. I mean, you're gonna have to spend a certain amount during an emergency. You might as well buy this and that, you know, and she makes a great point, because your deductibles during an emergency if something happens is gonna be more than the cost of this. So I think that's an excellent point. This is another one. Marie said this. One way we're gonna say, she says, is camping. You get in the van and go, hit the road, you need some power, you put them out, sun, bam, you got power. So how many people are doing the whole RV life? You know, or you see, I am a huge fan, like van fan. All those couples that are, those young people living in vans, I'm like, oh, I should have done that. But I love it because it's true. You throw it in that van if you've got a converted van, or you're camping or tenting, and you've got power wherever you are. You could be in the middle of nowhere, completely off the grid. You could be in a tent and you're rocking your cell phone, the music, the stereo system, a fan's blowing, a heater's working. I mean, you really, this gives you such freedom. So again, Lucio, or thank you, that was Marie said that. Lucio says, can you power this up, refrigerator and air conditioners simultaneously? And how long will the charge last in terms of hours? So let's kind of explain that too.
Yeah, so great question. Here's the thing, you know, we talk about, you know, high wattage appliances. What's nice is that when you have a refrigerator and, for instance, a portable AC unit plugged in, or a window unit, whatever you might be using, just check and see how much wattage those are using, right? Because your refrigerator might be pulling about 140 watts, but not consistently. But with your AC unit, maybe that will be pulling, who knows, you know, it depends on the size, what size BTU it is. It really all varies. But for your refrigerator, that's going to be about an average about 15 hours on a 150-watt refrigerator. So that's a long time. Now, when you add that in, when you start adding all of those other things plugged in, of course, the number is going to start to dwindle down. But you just kind of have to decide what you want to be plugging in for that refrigerator. But remember, you don't have to have your refrigerator plugged in consistently for 8 hours. You can have that plugged in, Suzanne, for a couple hours, make sure it stays cool, then use your AC unit and or a fan, and then plug the refrigerator in again.
Yeah, see, that's a great point, guys, because remember, your refrigerator's designed to hold cold and freezing for a while. You know, after a couple days, it's gonna start going, but with this, you don't have to have it plugged in all the time. Another one I like too is, this one was, what's the warranty and how long does it take to charge the unit up? We kind of talked about that one, but let's talk about warranty and what's the lifespan of the unit.
Yeah, I believe it's a 2-year warranty that we're actually giving you.
Yeah.
And the life of the unit, that's one of the best parts about it. Suzanne's talking about being proactive, not reactive. When we have something like this we're investing in, we're not just investing ourselves. It's not just for this year or the next year. This is for every single year, year round, winter storm, summer, whatever it might be. You're going to have this for years on end. Now, if you're referring to maybe possibly, how long is the battery going to last without, recharging it, I would say check, maybe every 3 to 4 months, make sure it stays fully charged. And then remember, when you go and plug it into the wall, from 0 to 80% in an hour. That's it. So you're not sitting there if you think, well, we've got a big winter storm coming, which, by the way, I know up north they're getting hit by a winter storm right now. They don't have to be thinking, well, it's going to take 10 hours to recharge. No, just an hour from 0 to 80% and a full recharge in a little over an hour. So you can have that confidence and peace of mind to know you're not going to be sitting there waiting to recharge the unit itself.
Yeah, and Justin, you make so many great points, guys. And let me just kind of set it up. If you're channel surfing, I'm Suzanne, Justin's with me. Believe it or not, in the wintertime, it is the worst season for losing power. We're talking ice, we're talking winter storms, we're talking all the crazy things that happen. And also, if you've ever seen, unfortunately, you have big car wrecks and they hit a power pole and then it goes down, and of course it affects the community. Here's what we're doing. Normally we sell the unit by itself for over $1,200, almost $1,300. We typically do not sell the solar panel with it. That's always something we sell additionally, and the solar panel sells out. Now, normally the unit itself is gonna be, as I mentioned, $1,200, and that's here on HSN, by the way. Oh no, it's $13.99, you're right. Oh my gosh, I said it wrong, didn't I? So here it is, it's well, no, we've done it at $1,300. Let me just clarify it. So last time it aired, it was $1,299 without the solar panel, no free shipping and no 5 flex, okay? So tonight, and the solar panel normally is $400. So we're talking about almost $1,800 to get the whole unit. And we've sold out of it. This is the best selling one we have. It is such a huge popular item. It's a customer pick. Tonight, and only today, by the way, because we've honored our today's special prices starting Thursday through the whole weekend, including Cyber Monday. This is it. If you want to get it, the price is only good for today. It's now $9.99. Now, we've added 5 flex, which means if you have a major credit card, you can use. That's saving you a ton of money in shipping alone. It is the lowest price we've ever done, and it's the lowest price we've found anywhere, which is huge. And here it is. This is just part of your insurance policy. And again, I understand it's not the least expensive thing we sell at HSN, but I think it could be one of the most important things you could ever buy. Now, I do want to read you this review, because it's really impactful. And I think it really brings home how serious it can be and how helpful this can be when you have this unit. So it's a great product. It says, and you'll see it right now, it says, I purchased this item with the solar panel back in January 2021 after seeing it on HSN. I'm so glad I did, because a month later, the winter storm hit Texas. And I remember that because one of my best friends lives in Houston, and we lost power. I was able to use my Delta not only to power my refrigerator, TV, some lights, and more importantly, power my dialysis machine. It was worth the investment. All right, I have goosebumps on that. If you're on dialysis, my dad used to be when he was alive, he had to do it every single night for 9 hours when he was sleeping. You cannot skip dialysis if you're doing home dialysis. It's a CPAC that literally could save someone's life because they've got to use their CPAC every night. For me, I can't imagine a household not having this. If you don't have a gas generator, it's like a must-have. If you have one like us, we have 2. I've never touched it, we've never used it. I don't know how to use it, and it's so heavy, I can't even pick them up, and they're dangerous. You must put them outside, they've gotta be away from the house, and they're incredibly loud. So here's this amazing opportunity, and here's the thing. You buy it once tonight, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it, you just know, and there's such a sense of satisfaction of knowing, hey, if I lose power, or I want this for camping or van life, as someone was helping me out online, this is an awesome time to get it. Get it tonight, because we have never, ever done a better value than what you're seeing here. And then you got it done and you sit back, and if you don't love it, you can test it out till the end of January. You can still return it and we'll still refund your money next year. So that's pretty exciting, because this is the one and only time this entire season we're gonna do this value at this price. All right, Justin, I know you've moved on because you have even more ideas for us. So what are we showing next?
Well, I love the van life idea. So many people, like you were saying, Suzanne, have picked up RVs. Maybe you're picking up this and you're thinking, well, now this is kind of going to be that catalyst to go camping and to get that RV. But what I have is a little a hack, because one of the questions we've been getting is, we're talking about winter storms. What happens if we are up north? Well, we want to stay warm, right? Well, the problem is with space heaters, those run at 1,400 watts consistently, and they can only power up for about an hour on your Delta. Here's what I did. I have a heating blanket. With my heating blanket, even on high, I can be having a heating blanket for 8 straight hours. So you can stay warm. You can be splitting the blanket with somebody. So if it is that winter storm, we talked about what happened in Dallas. People were trying to stay warm. Well, this is a great way to do it with your heating blanket combined with your Delta. And we talk about goosebumps because we had a caller, Anthony or Tony, he calls in, Suzanne, and he just has a perfect story exactly like that review that we just saw, which was he saw what happened in Dallas. And guess what? He picked up his Delta because he said, I don't want that to happen to me. He got it. 2 days later, what happens? Murphy's Law. They lose power. And by they, it's not just him at home, it's also his mother. And he talks about the fact that he was able to have the lights on, but not just the lights, they were also able to cook food. And speaking of lights, nothing would be worse on Christmas not being able to have your Christmas tree lit up. Now you can have your Christmas tree, you can have your heating blanket, and I love what you keep mentioning, which is you're not sitting here screaming over anything. I don't have an extension cord that I have to worry about looping all the way through the home, and I also don't have to worry about any of those toxic fumes. I just simply plug this in just like it's another wall outlet, and I have that power to be powering up all of these different things. And we talk about all of the things that you're going to be seeing here in the video, whether it's your power tools, whether it's your heating blanket, your dialysis machine. I'm going to be going upstairs in just a second here because I want you to see the portability of it. And talking about medical devices, those are necessities. Those aren't things that maybe we think twice about. No, you need to have a plan. And if you don't have one, this is a great time to consider having that plan. And we talk about being proactive, not reactive. You don't want to be sitting there thinking, we should have done it then. Do it now so that you can be ready for your asthma machine, your nebulizer, your CPAP, whatever it might be. And this is going to power it, and not power it just for a few minutes. Power it for hours. Remember, this can power up to 80% of your home appliances. And EcoFlow is the pioneer, one of the leaders in the whole entire industry of battery power stations. These are becoming more and more popular for one of the #1 reasons. Gas generators, propane generators are hard to use. They're scary. And if you live in an apartment or condo, you can't even own one. Now, if you do live in those apartments or condos, you have the power to continue to power your life in any of those whiteouts, brownouts, whatever it might be. And you're going to be the one apartment, Suzanne, that has your lights on, and not just your lights, but also cold food and even your hot food.
Well, and a couple things too. With the solar panel, remember, I love what Justin says. So, this is continuous power. It's not like you use this and then you go, oh, I gotta go down to the gas station, I gotta go to the next neighborhood to plug it in to recharge it and then bring it back to my house. Because you're getting the solar panel included, that is continuous power. All right, Justin, Arlene has a good question. I think it's a very good question, Arlene. She said she wants to know, can you put the solar panels outside when there's snow on the ground? Do you place the panels on a table, on the ground? What's your best suggestion for that?
Yeah, great question. This is the best part about these solar panels, right? It's winter time, you can still use it. Summertime, of course, we don't want to be putting this out during a rainstorm, but put it out, yeah, leave it out on the snow. I would probably think about maybe putting a little tarp down just for the unit itself, but I wouldn't be worried about the solar panel. And the solar panel, I'm going to put this light down. It's a bit of a bright light. The solar panel is really, really well made. Typically, Suzanne, we see some of these solar panels, and I feel like they weigh like 20, 30 pounds. They're glass. They don't fold up. You're going to see this right here. The carrying case is not just a carrying case, a protective case. It actually acts as a stand, and then your solar panel just unfolds, and then you can now have the perfect angle for the sun. So whether it is just after a big winter storm and you got snow outside on the ground, maybe you've got the unit inside and you just throw the solar panel out through the window and that cable in through the window, you're powering it up because all you just need is the power of the sun. And I do want to reiterate again, Suzanne, I love that you guys have the other single solar panel out there. That's the lowest price we've ever done on just the standalone solar panel. And if you can have up to 4 of them connected simultaneously, that's just going to cut down the recharge time when you're using the solar panel in the sun in half.
And Justin,
so definitely consider picking up a second one.
Tom has a question. How long is the cable on the solar panel? Which I thought was a great question.
That's a good question. I would say it's probably a good, I think it's a good like 3 feet at least. I actually can go grab it in a second here just to show it later on the presentation, just to show you. It's a good 3 feet. So you might even have enough room to put it outside of the window if you need to and have the unit still stay inside.
And another person had a question I thought was really smart. Could you just put it in the window and let the sun shine in through the window, or is it better to have it in the direct sunlight?
Yeah, we actually had that question before. I've got to test that. I don't know if you can, full disclosure, I'm not sure, but I do want to test that. I'm going to test that tomorrow when we actually have a show during the day just to see, but it really all depends. And I do want to be able to answer that. So I might even hop on Facebook tomorrow and make sure I get that answered for
Good.
you.
Okay, so while you switch your positions, I'm gonna go over to the individual panel. A lot of you have picked up our EcoFlow. You picked it up, we've sold it many times, and it's an awesome unit. Most of the time, the solar panel's sold out. This is the lowest price we've now ever done on the solar panel. So if you already have your EcoFlow and you couldn't get the solar panel, tonight's the time you wanna do it. Allison, how many solar panels that are separate do we have left? Okay, we have about 800 left. I've sold about 100 of those. So if you want it, lowest price ever. And remember, you can link it to the other solar panel, which means you're gonna charge up your system just that much quicker because you can link the two together and then use it with the unit you're buying tonight. Here's another great review that I loved. I love this one. This person writes, this week my power went out. I work at home. I was able to run my full-size desktop and a desk lamp from this flawlessly for hours. Now that's the problem, everybody's working remote and your headquarters might be in San Francisco, but you live in Austin, Texas. Well, your power might go out and they're gonna be like, well, sorry, we got a big project you gotta finish now. You can't afford to take a week off. Like if your business is in the same community, they're probably closed down too, but the vast majority of people now work remote. You can't afford to have power. You go, oh, I'm sorry, I can't work, I've lost power. They're gonna be like, are you kidding me? We're still open, we're still working, we're still a big corporation. Again, this is how you're gonna have that emergency power when you need it. It's truly flawless in my mind because there's no gas. It's not a giant unit that runs on a big heavy motor. I can't even pick that up. With this one, it's a little over 30 pounds. I can move this around. And by the way, this is absolutely heavy duty. In fact, I even wrote this down because I was so impressed with it. It's not only ultra fast charging, easy to store, great to operate, no fuss, no gas. This is actually designed, where did I write that down? Oh, it's high strength steel construction and aluminum that you use on airplanes. I mean, it's really designed to be kind of take it. One other quick note too, do you have anybody who's in construction? Here's the thing, a lot of times you might be on a construction site and you're like, oh my goodness, have you ever seen it where they're redoing a home or maybe working on a kitchen and they're running power cables all over the place to try to get power into where they're like finishing off an interior. Guess what? If you've got anybody who's in the construction world, who's in that situation, maybe they redo kitchens or home interiors, this is going to be their power. They actually don't need power in the house. They don't have to have a separate generator by their truck running it into the house to run their tools. This is gonna run those heavy duty tools like the drills and all those kind of heavy duty things because you just have to plug it in. How cool is that? And again, I want to reiterate, if you've ever lost your power, how much money is just in your freezer and your refrigerator in terms of the food that's going to waste, that's rotting? And you're freaking out. You're like, oh my gosh, it's all this food, all those steaks, all that stuff we spend a fortune on. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the amount of money you're going to throw away because your food's gone bad in your refrigerator? Basically, this is going to pay for itself the first time you don't have to throw your food away. And please remember, this is continuous power because you get the solar unit. But let's say you don't have the solar unit. Well, still it's gonna power your fridge for up to 20 hours. How about a television? You wanna know what's going on, you wanna stay informed, 7 3/4 of an hour. A 14-watt bulb, that's 40 hours. You've got your electric kettles, power blow dryers. Oh my God, come on. In an emergency, we still want our hair to look good, right? That's gonna be over, what, about an hour, and those are heavy duty. Powers your oxygen machine for over 10 hours, your microwave for 1.18 hours. I love showing that, but I don't like showing it because now that you have the solar unit, we're talking about unlimited power. If we were just selling you just the unit at $1,300, which is normally what we always do, those count. But because this is now included, you get that continuous power that you need. This is gonna be able to be used while it's also charging it at the exact same time. All right, Justin, so where did you head to next in your home?
So I really love this because I wanted to show you just the kind of the portability. We're going to walk upstairs and we're going to actually walk up to the bedroom because, you know, we're talking about the CPAP or the oxygen machine. You're not going to be able to do this with a gas generator. Walk around your home and carry it. This is portable power, little over 30 pounds. So we can bring this from our living room where we have it plugged into our TV, maybe from the kitchen to the living room and now up to our bedroom, right? Well, this is where we're going to wind down the night. Well, I'm going to go ahead and set this down really quickly. I'm going to put the light up on top of here. And I want you to think about, we can actually have that portable power and now have our CPAP machine that we can run up to, what was that, roughly around 20 hours on our CPAP machine. We talk about the medical devices. I have asthma. If I lose power and I can't find my inhaler and it's a hurricane, because believe it or not, this has happened before, we're not going to be driving in the middle of a hurricane to go over to the hospital. You're going to want to be able to power up some of those medical devices in those emergencies. You have your nebulizer, you've got your CPAP machine. We can also have our fan plugged in as well. All the necessities right next to our bed. So I want you to think about why. Why can we do that? Well, since it's electric, there's no gas or fumes I have to worry about, and it's not loud. This isn't something that's going to be, it's on right now, right? I'm not screaming over it. I can have all those different things plugged in, my phone plugged in, my alarm clock to make sure I wake up so I can make it to work on time, even though I've lost power. But here's one of the really cool things that this is. It's an emergency power source. So if I have my unit by my bed every single day and I have it plugged into the wall and all of these other devices plugged into my EcoFlow, if I lose power in the middle of the night or even during the day, it's an emergency power source, an EPS. In 20 milliseconds after losing power, the unit's going to automatically turn on and power up my CPAP machine, power up that fan, power up my light. So Suzanne, you can sleep easy. You can know and feel that confidence like we always talk about. Right. We have it. We're ready.
It's
and
like
when it's not an emergency, you're going to, a total insurance policy. Well, you know, you're going to be using it more than just for emergencies. Right. You're going to be using it for the fun stuff. And it could be just that power hub at home for your desktop, for all those other electronics that you don't want to lose power with.
Well, and Justin, here's what happens. So many people buy this and the first thing is, oh my gosh, an emergency, we're good to go. That's the original reason most people buy this. And then when they get it home, they realize it's so flexible and it's so portable. They go, oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're gonna have a big tailgating party for the next football game. Or, hey, we wanna do a movie night outside with the kids. You go, I'm gonna take it out there. We have people who literally use this. Let's say you're gonna be doing some work out in the back end of your property and you gotta use some power tools. Instead of running the extension cord miles from your house or the garage, they literally just take this out there and plug in their tools and do their work. Think about how convenient it is because we're not on corded phones anymore. The freedom of going anywhere with our phone. Well, now you've got the freedom of going anywhere with real, honest to goodness, heavy duty power. Not just kind of wimpy, oh, it's charging my cell phone power, but I mean real power. Here's a great note. This is from Janet. And Janet, thank you for writing this on Facebook. She said, hey, Suzanne, I purchased one of these power stations in January for my fridge, and she was considering buying another one to power my freezer in the basement if I lose power for any length of time. The price is excellent. Listen to this part. She said less than what I paid for in January with a solar panel. So guys, that's a big deal, okay? And Janet, thank you. That's you know what, Janet? I honestly think your one will do it because if you go out without power, remember, your fridge and your freezer are gonna stay nice and cold for a while, up to several hours. So you can plug in your freezer for a little bit and then go and plug in your refrigerator. So I would use your current one. If you do want that extra security to make sure you have plenty of power, then certainly buy another one tonight. But I would do it that way because your fridge and your freezers are designed to be cold and stay frozen for a little bit. They just can't do it for days without power. So I hope that helps you out, but I love your comment. She's even saying, hey guys, you're getting a better deal than even January when we had it on the air. Again, what is the big deal? The unit itself, the last time we aired it, it was $1,300 without the solar panel. The solar panel on hsn.com normally, other than today, is $400 and it always sells out because people buy it and they grab the solar panel to go with it. For the first time ever, we're combining them both. Not the first time, but it's the lowest price ever with them combined together. So in January, when we did the same combo, it was not, as Janet has already admitted, it was not $999. It was actually much more expensive than that. I think it was like almost $1,300. And I remember saying, hey, for the cost of the solar panel, basically, we're throwing it in. Now it's an even better deal than that. And here's the really, I think, crucial point to this. Nobody, you know, you've had it happen to you. My gosh, the power goes out and immediately you're like, oh no. And then all of a sudden you start worrying. You start thinking about the freezer and the refrigerator. You think about, oh my gosh, it's too hot or it's too cold. What are we gonna do? How many days is this gonna last? And you know what's always happened? 2 or 3 hours in, it comes back on maybe, and you're like, oh, thank goodness the power's on. You know how relieved we are when the power finally kicks back on? You hear it go on, the lights pop on, the fridge starts running again. Well, what happens if it goes beyond just a couple of hours? Then you really do start to panic. And there's nothing worse than that. When you like to be the house that with all the other neighborhood is pitch black at night, you actually have lamps, you have light in your house. You're actually cooking a hot meal in the microwave. You're using your air fryer. You might even be blowing drying your hair so you look good during that emergency. I don't know. Probably I would. But here's the thing. Take it off your list tonight, because it's a lot of times the last thing we think about, but then when an emergency happens, it goes to the very top of the list of concerns. So here we go. You get the case, you get all the cables you need. We're including the solar panel. I can't tell you how good an offer this is. You get the heavy duty unit itself. There's obviously some of your connectors. Everything is included in this package. You don't have to buy anything additional. Use our 5 Flex. If you have a major credit card, it's $200, you pay it off in 5 months. We guarantee it's gonna be under the tree. So that means you'll get it in time for Christmas. On top of that, we have free shipping. This is $30 to ship this. It's not inexpensive to ship it because this is 31 pounds and you get the panel. By the way, where is the, oh here, I'll show you. This is the really nice carrying case that comes with it too. This is the carrying case for the solar panel. And again, this is not glass. It's really a very unique solar panel, so you don't necessarily have to baby it like you would a glass panel. It's absolutely not heavy at all, and yet it's gonna be able to continuously charge this. Keep going. You can use it while this is charging. Unlike not getting the panel, you've got to recharge this when you finally get some electricity. Now, you never have to worry about that. This is your moment to be able to pick it up. All right, Justin, I know you've moved to yet another spot. Are we back in the kitchen yet?
Yeah, we're back in the kitchen. I know you were talking about the refrigerator. I love just talking about the solar panel, right? I mean, it's just, you have the confidence to know that it's not just a few hours. And I have to tell you, you know, when we lose power in the house and all of a sudden you get the text from the, you know, the company that says it'll be back on by 2 o'clock, and then you're sitting there, you're looking at the clock, you're saying it's about 1:30, and then 2 o'clock comes around, then you get another text that says it won't be till 4 o'clock, and then it just keeps happening. Don't be the one house that doesn't have power. Be the house that does have power. And remember, this is from EcoFlow. They are the leaders in this industry of battery power stations. This is their flagship model, the Delta. And why are so many of you getting one of these instead of a generator, a gas generator? Because this is easier, because it's safer. And for so many of you, you can finally use it. Because if you live in an apartment or a condo, you're subject to waiting till the whole building gets power. Well, not anymore. You can have power, and here's how simple and easy it's going to be. Because if you need to recharge plug in your microwave, if you need to plug in your refrigerator, look at that, up to 20 hours for your refrigerator. And frankly, I think even longer, like we're talking about, Suzanne, you don't have to have it plugged in consistently. A television, we still want entertainment. We don't want to sit in a home forever just playing card games. I know we love it, but eventually we're going to say, okay, what do we want to put on TV? And of course, internet, or maybe even some of these kettles. And think about this too. You're not just running some of these things inside, right? You could be running them outside. You could be having this tailgating and doing the van life and bring the microwave outside somewhere, or bring any of these power kettles or any of those hot plates out to the park somewhere and be cooking food. So not just inside of your home, but when you are inside your home, you are still using this unit. You're not having to worry about the toxic fumes or anything like that. Just want to show you again, how much food do you have left over? We've got desserts, and we got a big tenderloin in here from Thanksgiving. Maybe you've got medicine inside of your refrigerator, hundreds of dollars inside of that refrigerator. Again, let me show you. I'm going to make sure that I show you that it's actually plugged into the unit. Unplug it and then plug it right back in. And that's the easy and simplicity of having something like this. And then the nice part is there's no guessing. It's not like a generator where we got to run outside, and it's almost comedic. It's almost like one of those comedy skits. You know, we showed you that video, Suzanne, of everybody outside. Can you imagine if you had a generator out back? It would be everybody screaming over one another. It would be horrible, right? This is silent. There's no fumes, and you still have all the information right here on the front. So you're going to see it's only pulling about 25 watts right now. It's showing that. Oh, so there's that video we're showing you the video and talking about, can you imagine right now? That wouldn't be so beautiful and picturesque if they've got some loud generator in the backyard or they're trying to watch a movie from the projector and you can't hear anything because you're screaming over something. This is safer, it's easier. And then again, I want to show you, we're showing you that time now and we're showing you the wattage. This gives you every bit of information that you need. It's showing about 44, 46 hours for our refrigerator because it's only pulling about 26 watts. And that can go up and that can drop depending on if the compressor is going to turn on, right? But you're not having that plugged in. It's a great shot that we got you right there. So again, whether it's your phones or your refrigerator, whatever it might be, you're going to be able to see every bit of information down to the hour, down to the minute. And then after you've depleted the power on your Delta, remember, when we're talking about the industry leader of having your EcoFlow, the recharge rate from 0 to 80%, this is the fastest in the whole entire industry in an hour that you can recharge this by plugging this into the wall. But it's not just about having cold food anymore. It's also about having hot food. We can go ahead and plug in our microwave like we were just talking about, or maybe it's one of those hot plates. Maybe it's a blender, a coffee maker. You're talking about the blow dryer. The reason why we can do that now is because EcoFlow, being a pioneer, we have X-Boost technology that allows us to go up to 1,800 running watts, not 500 watts anymore, 1,800 watts, so that we can do our microwave, for instance. So we can be able to have that hot food like we were talking about, maybe hot coffee. And the blow dryer, I was thinking about that, Suzanne. You know, we talk about camping and glamping. If you got to go to work the next day, maybe you're going to want to have that blow dryer so you can make sure you don't look disheveled by the time you show up in the morning at work.
You don't want to look like your power's been out for 24 hours, right? Okay, Justin, hang on, guys. I got a couple more things to go through. Selena wants to know, can you charge an electric car like a Tesla with it? And how many miles will you get?
Yeah, great question. So we showed you that. Now, you can get about additional, I believe, like 5 miles on an electric vehicle. Really, one of the reasons why we showed you that, I want to show you the power. I want to show you the ingenuity of this.
True,
Maybe you do have this in the back. I've run out of gas. I don't know if any of you have. I would have liked an extra 5 miles to get to the gas station. So maybe here's one of those electric vehicles. Yes, you can. It just goes to show you the quality of this and the power.
Okay, Wayne says, can you use an extension cord from this to your appliances?
Yeah, exactly. You know, we talk about this being portable power, but I don't necessarily have to pick this up and move it. I could leave it right here in the kitchen and then have an extension cord that leads to the living room, to the TV, leads to the refrigerator. Or maybe this is in more of a central location where we can then have the extension cord to the bedroom for our CPAP and for all of those different devices. So yeah, we don't. In fact, I've got an extension cord right here that I've got connected to my air fryer. So you don't have to move this. Definitely have one of those extension cords plugged in.
Okay, Justin, also, can you please go through all the inputs? So do a 360, because a lot of people are kind of channel surfing, and show everything you can plug into this.
Yeah, you know, Suzanne talks about the build quality of this. It's unbelievable, right? This is next generation, the best that you're going to find. On the very front here is not just your LCD display, but of course your power button. One touch of the button and now your unit's on. I don't have a pull crank. I've got that LCD display to give me all the information that I need. I've got the 4 USB ports on the front because we all get it. We got a lot of cell phones. If you got multiple people in the home, you got a lot of electronics. We still want to communicate. In New Jersey, what was the biggest thing after the hurricane? Plugging in our phone and communication.
That's right.
4 USB ports and then 2 USB-Cs. You can plug your phone and recharge it 140 plus times. 140 times. And then on the back here,
wait, but Justin, that's just on one charge, you guys. And because the solar panel's included, that means unlimited.
Exactly, right. That's 140 on just one charge. And remember, it's not like after it's depleted, it's done. No, then you recharge this unit 3 different ways, which we'll talk about in a second. And then the back here is just all the big stuff. It's not just the little stuff anymore. It's the big appliances, up to 80% of your home appliances, because we got 6 3-prong AC outlets on the back. And then we also have that DC adapter for anything that might use the DC adapter. Some of those air mattresses need the DC adapter to inflate them. You've got that as well. So 13 total different inputs right here, or outputs. And keep in mind, you know, we've got all these different things plugged in, but they're not all on and running at the same time. So this could just be a hub where you've got it all plugged in, and we're not having to unplug to then plug something in or prioritize 13 different things all plugged in simultaneously, like our microwave or air fryer or blender or coffee maker. And then when we need to use them, we turn them on. and then that's it, and we're done. And then again, then we talk about recharging it, Suzanne. 3 different ways to recharge it: our solar panel, plugging it into the wall, and then that DC adapter as well.
Okay, so here's the scoop. Just in case you're channel surfing, let's review what's going on because we're almost wrapped up in this hour. The unit itself is the #1 best-selling unit we've ever had. It is so popular. It is a customer pick. You're going to see a ton of reviews. I'm going to read a really important one again, just because I think it's so vital what this person said. This unit has been on the air, and the last time it aired, it actually was a great deal. It was $1,300, very popular at $1,300. Normally, this unit is almost $1,600 on HSN. But the last time we did air it, it was at $1,300. Here's the difference between then and now. It was $1,300 and all you got was the EcoFlow. You did not get the solar panel with it. You had to buy that separately. Our solar panel normally is almost $400 by itself. You're getting both of these tonight. You're getting the unit itself, you can see down there, the unit cover, the solar panel, all the cables, plus you're getting the panel case to go along with it. So all of this is included, everything in front of me, not for $1,800, not for $1,200, we're at $999.99. We've never done the price, and in all of our research, no one has a better deal than we have. There's not a lower price out there that we've found. So this is your opportunity. And with 5 flex pays, I love it. You can spread your payments out over 5 months. That makes it a little easier. Use any major credit card, and everybody's available to that. If you've got it and you're even brand new to us, fine, use your credit card. We'll give you flex pay, it's easy. You get free shipping tonight only. That all ends tonight, by the way. That saves you almost $30, because again, you're buying it from us, and free shipping saves a ton of money. And on top of that, if you have our HSN card, Zulily, or our QVC card, you can use VIP financing, which means 18 months of $55.55. But in all those forms of financing or flex pay, you get it right away. It's guaranteed to be under your tree. This is the item that you buy now and then you go, okay, you know what? I never really have to worry about that again. How awesome would that be? And you never know what's gonna happen. We really don't. And the world's getting crazier and crazier. So just knowing that a lot of people don't think about their power until it's out, and then they panic and don't know what to do, and they're not ready for it. Don't be reactive. This is your moment to be proactive, and you get it done once. You know, it's like, okay, it's not the cheapest thing we sell at HSN, but boy, when you have it and you're done, you can relax. It's like a sense of security. You get this real peace of mind going, now in an emergency, this is the last thing I have to worry about. It goes from last to first if you don't have it. Now it goes from first to last because you have it. So what a great opportunity tonight to get it. And the other really crucial part of this tonight is, this is it. We have honored our today's special prices since Thursday on basically everything we've launched, if it's still available. But this is the only day you're gonna get this price. It all ends tonight after the day wraps up. If I have any left, it's gonna go up substantially. It's gonna go back to $1,600, not under $1,000, which really is an impressive, impressive buy. All right, Justin, I know you're gonna be with us throughout the day. So thank you so much for your time tonight. It's always good to see you.
Always great to be here. We waited for Cyber Monday. We always look for things that are getting the next best thing in electronics. This is definitely a life-changing, life-saving. I can't wait to read all the reviews and how many people this is going to change their lives.
Well, and do read the reviews right now, because there's tons of, it's a customer pick. Read the reviews. And they all paid more than you're paying tonight, including my gal online who said, no, I paid more in January, but doesn't regret it whatsoever. By the way, if you want the solar power just by itself, the panel, you can buy it. It is now the lowest price we've ever done. It also can attach to this one, which is great because now you can just power this back up much quicker. And remember, because you have the solar panel, this is now continuous power. It's not like you can't charge anything while you're using the solar. It all will work continuously so you can keep the lights on and the fan going and charging up your phone, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, by the way, I love this, Protection Plus. And I had a gal actually who reviewed this and gave it a 5-star review and said she added this to it, which is great, because remember, you get a 2-year warranty straight out of the box. But after that, what happens? Well, if you crush it or break it or it falls or whatever, it doesn't matter. You can be covered for several more years through our Protection Plus. It's an awesome, no hassle, no surprises, no deductibles. It's great. Also, please go to hsn.com. You will not believe we have so many fun things on hsn.com that we can't get to on the air. You'll be very surprised. Now, my producer, Allison, has taken up my daily challenge of finding one of the most unusual things we have. Oh my gosh, what is this? What is it? It's the Etna Deluxe Cat Window Perch. Guess what? It's got 5 flex and free shipping today only on that, like everything else. Isn't that funny? Now, who would have known? I had no idea that we had a cat perch on hsn.com. Allison, I think you've outdone yourself on that one. That is a good one. So please go and just type in the search, whatever you're looking for, and chances are we might have it for you and we'll have a better deal. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great night.
It's your last chance on our biggest deals before Christmas. Don't miss HSN Cyber Monday, the lowest price ever on the EcoFlow Power Station. Up to 40% off select beauty products. Plus free shipping on everything on HSN, HSN2, and HSN.com. Want to be the best gift giver this season? It couldn't be easier at the HSN.com gift store, where you can find thousands of gifts for everyone on your list. Just search by person, price, category, or even by interest, and we'll take care of the rest. Discover our holiday gift guides and get inspired by our festive tips and tricks videos. You'll never run out of ideas at the gift store. Search gifts at hsn.com.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com.